Hey guys, everyone. This is Praveen. We got here who is open source contributor for ReactJS and JavaScript. Here, here is Praveen to talk with us. Hey Praveen, how are you?
Hey, Deepak. I'm good. Hey everyone, I'm Praveen. I'm originally from Chennai, India, currently living and working in London as a full stack JavaScript specialist, specializing on React.js and Node.js. I'm currently also a director of engineering in one of the Fortune 50 companies. And apart from these things, yes, I'm an open source lover, enthusiast, and I have been working on a lot of things that involve React.js. Hi Deepak, how are you?
Hey, hey Praveen, I'm very good. I'm also open source contributor since 1.5 year. I'm
Nice.
contributor for CNCF,
Oh,
CNCF
wow.
and
Oh,
Kubernetes. I went to Europe because of this amazing CNCF community out there. I went as contributor, applying as a contributor. I got everything like every scholarship from that as I'm a student. I think we are making the community alive. We make community work.
hey, this is so amazing. You see that if you are an open source contributor and if you are also a student, you can see that Deepak has been traveling around the world, around Europe and other things. So make sure you are getting started with open source. Right, Deepak?
Yes, yes, yes. For our students, can you share your tech journey from being a college student to being an open source contributor for React.js?
Absolutely. See, basically what happened to me is like when I was in college, I had got no idea about open source, or maybe predominantly to say we did not even have Git and GitHub there back then. It was something called as SVN or upload files.
Yes, 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 yes.
So I got into open source only during the times of like 2015 or something like that. It's just been like what, 7 years now. That's when I created my that's when I created my LinkedIn account, GitHub account, etc. So Git and GitHub are the core things in open source, and the main reason is like 90% of all the libraries and repositories are staying in GitHub. So GitHub is currently now purchased by Microsoft, and they are doing some really amazing things with GitHub Copilot and all. So in case if you are like a person who is scared of coding or something like that, don't be. There is GitHub Copilot. Along with that, there is
Yes,
also like
yes.
when you start typing something, like just type
Yes.
one line.
Amazing
Right?
features.
That's it. Everything it will start.
Yes, yes.
So these are like couple of cool things. And when I started, there were nothing like this. And so after 2015, it was like very dull moment. I used to like get something, like I wanted to teach people because I know a few things. I started with JavaScript. I learned a lot. I'm more than learning from the college or school. I'm very much passionate. I always do Google. I try to look at what other people have done and try to ask them like, oh wow, this is something that
Yes, yes.
can you please teach me also, something like that. Those kind of things I do. And along with that, I started learning how others are also doing the same thing. Basically, one problem you have, if you want to solve it, there are 100 solutions, correct? So
Correct.
you will think in one way, I think in another way. Like that, I try to look at different solutions, how people solve in different ways. That gave me a very big spark to Stack Overflow. Whenever any person, developer who gets a problem, they go to Stack Overflow and then they start searching for answers. But I started contributing answers. I give my version of it. Other people will give their version of it. That way I learn things. So if I am sitting in front of you and talking this way, it is because of I teaching others, not I learning something. So that is one of the starting points of anything open source. Then properly, professionally, Git and GitHub and all started. Then basically the same thing. So whenever I'm building something, whether it is on my own interest or some college project or office project, something like that, I try to go for different libraries. So I need to also compare between, okay, should I use jQuery or should I use React or something like that, right? In simple terms, let's say you are talking about a light box. Clicking on an image, boom, it comes and it shows something, right? So for that, what should I use? Should I use jQuery Lightbox? Should I use Prototype? Should I use Lightbox.js? There are like 100 options we have. So while doing that, I also need to see what my boss or what is my requirement. Will this requirement and will this library match together? Okay, 90% it is matching. That 10% I need to put some effort. Either I can ask the developer, bro, this is what is happening, but I want this. Can you help faster? Obviously, 90%, 100% people will not respond. I have my agenda. Okay, So what I need to do is at least guide me. I'll try to do, and I'll also make your product better. Like for people like me, we need this feature. So that feature I will implement and you take it. Starting point of open source. Open source is like everyone is doing something and you need to contribute. People contribute to each other, like in a good faith. So that might happen. If even these two things doesn't happen, fine. Open source is publicly available for everyone without any license. I mean, the license says that you can use without any problem. Like you don't need to do anything. So that way, what I can do is, this guy did 80% of the work. I'll take that 80% work. On top of it, I have some knowledge as well. With that, and asking others, great experts like Deepak, I'll ask them. And then I'll try to build on my own. Now 100% whatever I want, I got it with me. Now I can market this as another open source product. Someone can take it, build it, or someone can send me contribution. Praveen, you have done something really nice, but if you add this, it will add more value. Like that, people will come. So they can make the product much better. So this is something which I wanted to also say. So these are the things that happened in this 2015, 2016, something like that. 2017, something amazing happened. Next month, October is coming, right? Like next week, October is coming, or like this is the month of October. Hacktoberfest, which means it is actually coming from this old Saraku bottle thing, Oktoberfest. But Hacktoberfest is something related to our developers. So people like me and others, they will put their projects for, hey, anyone who wants to come and do it. You'll get a free t-shirt, you'll get free goodies. If you do this amazingly, dude, I'm giving you a job in my company. Things like that happen. So that is one thing which motivated me a lot for t-shirts. And this is actually a t-shirt from another company. But we're always happy about like t-shirts, stickers, everything, right? Like I had one sticker. I'm still trying to find, I'm a cat lover. Look at this.
Absolutely. I'm also a cat lover.
Hey, Chico. So look at this one. So this is one of this. I have got millions of this, like a huge bag of stickers, and we all love stickers to be put on laptop, or maybe if the laptop is very cool, we are going to collect a lot of stickers. It's like Pokemon cards or the WWE cards of Nike. So all these things are motivation for me to start contributing in open source. The contribution itself made me learn a lot more things. This idea, this thought itself made me do a lot of contribution to the different projects, and that gave me an idea. First thing, I learned a lot how to do things differently. Number two, I got connected with some real good experts. I know people from Google, I know people from Microsoft. Microsoft people are so close to me. I know from Amazon. I know people from Airbnb. Airbnb, I'm not saying like going and staying in a hotel. The people, they created Enzyme, the testing platform for JavaScript, which is like one of the amazing things. And Airbnb has got this amazing guides as well. So developers. So those people, I got into touch. Like I met them personally. I spoke to them, and think about one of the creators of ReactJS. I met him personally as well. So these are like amazing things. And you tell your views. Like you would have like been into open source, you would have done something very simple thing, but now you are flying to different countries.
Yeah. Actually, I started with contributing to I started with Hacktoberfest only. Last year, I went on contributing to the Hacktoberfest. There, I contributed some of the like major issues, like writing test cases, unit tests, and some like YAML files, like that. I got those pull requests got matched, and I got some prizes like that. And then I got like interest in this open source world, like how this open source contributions work, and then eventually got experience and gain new skills like Golang, Kubernetes, Docker, everything. and then went into this Kubernetes repo and contributed to them for consistently, as I said, consistently 1 year, 1.5 year. Then, likewise, I got a call from the maintainer actually.
Nice.
Not a call, like he mailed me like, you can register as a contributor for the KubeCon Europe event. Basically, we'll keep everything for you, like funding, likewise, on the
We'll sponsor your trip, etc.
Sponsor your trip. It was like 4 lakhs, the event cost. I got,
They are good things. Getting a lot of stickers and other things is like, these are like amazing.
And the open source communities actually watch us. Every time we think that our contributions only watch us by the issue manager and maintainer. That's not a
So I'll
good
tell you
thinking.
in a better way. So basically, if you and I apply for a company and both of us are equally good and we both crack all the questions and everything, and unfortunately, I don't have a GitHub account, but you, on the other hand, have a GitHub account. You have got everything, like whatever you have done, you did it in CNCF, you did it in React, you did it in Microsoft VS Code, etc. And everything is publicly available as well. At that point, they need to decide. So we both are asking 1 lakh per day, something like that. I wish that was my dream salary.
I wish also.
So if that was the case, and then if the company needs to decide, they have budget for only one person. So at that point, okay, who this guy Praveen is, we don't know anything, but I know who Deepak is. Deepak has been contributing in this project, that project, and whatever his contribution, we are also using it. So welcome to the company. There you go. So
Yes.
it gives you a huge upper hand when you are interviewing with different companies as well.
Yes. Basically, next question is that how to get most out of this Hacktoberfest event. Basically, it's a beginner-friendly event for the beginner open source contributors out there. How to get most out of this open source contributions in Hacktoberfest.
The first thing that I would say is meet people. Meet people, really, because
Yes.
there are so many maintainers out there, but they won't come out, right, during the normal times. Those people are inside their den, they are like working
Yes.
code, etc., etc. But now during the Hacktoberfest time, they are saying, hey, I am a developer, I am a maintainer, I am the owner of this React. You come and contribute to this, and I will also make myself available to work with you, something like that. This is a good chance to talk to those people. They are definitely 10,000 times or 1 lakh times better than you in terms of their experience,
Yes.
expertise, etc. Get a chance to talk to them, understand, learn with them. And if you are able to get a contribution in big repositories, for example, jQuery, React, Angular, Vue, Spa, something like that, all these things, if people know, like when someone says like, oh, you're a JavaScript developer, everyone, even my dad knows what Java is, at least
Yes.
coffee version. He knows that programming language. Java is open source. So Oracle is the company that maintains Java. And then there is, I don't know whether the Java founder, James Gosling, is still alive, but if he is alive, he will be also like, you can have a quick talk with him. You can screenshot a message. Nowadays, that is going trend.
Yes.
I spoke with the creator of Java. Look at this. I hate Java, by the way. Thank you. And so thinking about all these things, check how much, popularity, it's totally a different thing. Like there are people like Kunal Kushwaha, Striver, etc., who are like extremely popular.
Yes.
That popularity brings another good advantage. Since you are popular, a lot of people will come to know. The only problem with our current world, that too specifically in India and other places, is the developing countries. People are extremely talented, but no one knows that they are there.
Yes.
So I'm here. I'm looking for a job, talent here. Like I want a couple of ReactJS developers to work with me, but I don't know that you are the right person, right? So you have to showcase, you have to market yourself. So one way is to get the publicity, like something like you take a picture of you talking with Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos.
Basically, you can end it out.
Exactly. So these are things that actually help you in your career path. You can get a huge jump. So basically, even this popularity is important for a job.
Yes. Actually, I have met some friends actually. He is like 21 years. He got into one startup which is based on UK. Like he is earning now 80 lakhs per year.
Nice.
He contributed to that ecosystem before the startup got funding, so that the first hiring was him actually, because he contributed to that ecosystem. The CEO directly hired him. That was very good.
Another thing is these people, right? Like people in the open source, they do it for free. Like we don't expect something in return, but we are just doing it. Like you are breathing, right? What are you expecting in return? Obviously, you're expecting you to be alive. That's a different story. But if you're like, if you want to play a game, what are you expecting? Just it's your happiness that's actually getting coming. So if you are happy about contributing to code, writing code, and then sending it, enjoy, take it like that. That will come back to you like 100 times better. Happened in my life. So I tried doing a couple of things. Later on, I saw one person saying, "Hey, Praveen, do you want like we are ready to provide you a job right away if you're looking for work." I'm actually not looking for work. What exactly I did? And they said like, we were using your product and we are making millions. At least you take this 1 lakh rupees from us as a gift. Unfortunately, I did not even take it because it's not something that they built it on top of me, but on top of it, they had their intention, they had their skills, marketing skills, their talents to get things done. So I cannot take that, right? Like, I cannot steal the others' credit. So this happened. So it's like 1 lakh rupees is like huge money for me back in those times. I could have happily had it, but it would be guilty. Am I even worth eligible for this?
Yes,
because
that happens to me also. I get LinkedIn messages from the recruiters like, if you want any remote internship offer, like totally SRE like that. I went to DevOps mainly. So SRE is somewhat different from the DevOps. So I will think like, hey, am I eligible to this like SRE role? Will I be worth it for this role? I used to think like that.
One more thing which I wanted to say is this is called as imposter syndrome. And most of the developers, including me, even I feel that sometimes, oh wow, they have given me such a big project. Am I even eligible?
Yes.
Trust yourself. First, start working on it. Then do the path correction and course correction, which can come later in the life. But
I think
make sure that you are trusting yourself and going in front. That is one thing that you need to think of.
Next thing is that people actually worry about the open source code bases actually, because the code bases are huge. Let's say React, the code bases are huge. They often confuse about the code bases and how to contribute to this code bases. Can you say any tips and tricks to tackle this code bases and contribute to the ReactJS or any amazing project?
Absolutely. So first thing is, where are they stored? You tell me.
In the GitHub.
In GitHub. What exactly GitHub is? What exactly is it?
Version control system.
Version control system means what? You can go back in time.
You can go
back in time to a place where it is like 0 files. Correct?
Yes.
Every single thing will be an incremental update, release.
Everything will be tracked.
But everything will be like, from day 0, there was no files. Day 1, there were no files. That is easy to understand. Day 2, like 4 files. Kind of easy to understand. If you start by that way, that is one learning for you.
Yes. Thanks. That was learning from me also, because I usually contribute to the Kubernetes and CNCF. I contributed to ReactJS also, like 10 days ago. Likewise, I was saying like, it was huge code base. How can I contribute to it? I'm not an pure JavaScript developer. How can I contribute? That was my problem. This suggestion definitely helped me. Next one is that, is there any tech field has lesser proportions of coding? Like if any non-tech student want to enter into the tech, how can he enter?
So he or she can actually look into something like product management. UI and user experience, those are things that are into tech, but they are non-coding. So non-coding plus tech, that is what they should be looking at. And that way they can start with something that they can associate with them and then slightly get into the coding part and then become a coder like you and I.
Yes. Next one is that people often think like open source is only for designers, and sorry, only for coders and back-end developers, front-end developers. Is there an opportunity for designers and technical writers in the open source field?
There are so many advances has been made in terms of Git and GitHub. So even designers who are working with PSDs, mockups, they can actually look at how this design has evolved or something like that. So yes, not just for developers, it is for document writers, designers, UX people who work with videos, everyone, it is included.
Another question is that, does the open source contributions help in get your job, remote job or some job?
I guess we went through this already. So a person with an open source contribution, a public contribution, will be ranked far higher than the person without. So that's our different two people. We both go and apply for a company, and then I don't have any GitHub contributions. You have contributed in all the top repositories. You will be getting selected. Not just that, you will also be getting heavy pay. So enjoy.
How to use AI in open source contributions?
I would like to avoid this, because if you are using AI, if people started extremely exploiting that, how should I say, privilege or something like that, then we won't have values. Should I? I'll just use ChatGPT and do all my things. I can save like 1 lakh rupees per day, right? So it's a huge saving for me. So I don't need you. So try to avoid it. But maybe if you are trying to create a nice content on LinkedIn, or you want to send an email to your boss that should look good, those kind of times, make sure you use ChatGPT or something, some AI tools. Use AI tools to make your resume look better. Those kind of things might work well. Don't use it for coding.
Yes.
Even for coding, you can actually check for whether it is going to work in all the scenarios. If there is any edge case scenarios, what kind of things it might fail. Those kind of things are great, but don't make, hey, please do me the coding. I want to submit for tomorrow's session.
Yes. People actually directly type in ChatGPT and directly raise a pull request. That's not a good practice actually.
Definitely.
That is definitely not. Even though if you take from the ChatGPT, you need to understand the code actually. What this code is doing with this PR. What's the maintainer who raised the issue? Like what he raised the issue, what I am doing, what the company need, what the community need.
Think of like what exactly the value that you are adding.
Yes.
By doing things, because anyone can. So if you are just Google searching, copying and pasting, anyone can do. Even my dad can do.
Yes.
How does that add value? So think about yourself as a unique person. You are original. So try to add some advances or something like that.
Yes.
Obviously, what is ChatGPT? It is containing all the contents from all the different people who have already contributed. That
yes. How to be active in the communities out there?
You have to be consistent. For those people who are not able to, maybe this is a small tip that I can give. Even every day, if you spend 2 hours on this, if 2 hours sounds huge, spend half an hour thinking of solving one simple issue every single day. It will be like almost 200 hours of your coding per year. 200 hours, not just small number.
Yes, it's great.
More than 10 full days of writing code or something like that. Not, I could say even like 20 full days per year. That is just half an hour per day.
As your front-end engineer or full-stack engineer, can you say any roadmap for our students?
Absolutely. There is this website called roadmap.sh, one of the best. Even I have been contributing to them. So check that out. That has got a lot of information on what to learn, what not to learn, what can be avoided, what will be the future, etc. What types of branches that you can go for. Like, for example, just with CSS and styling, you have got like 10 different types how you can style a CSS component. So these are a couple of things that you could look into.
As your front-end engineer, what is the boundary between designer and front-end engineer?
That's a very thin line. The same thing with the backend as well. At least the backend has got a language called JSON, but for the front end, there is nothing. You have to just do. So just think what all things that if you are with a good designer, you would be able to try everything that good designer can give you. And even if it is a bad designer, like work will be easier for you. But you can try to recreate all these things in the best way possible using CSS and HTML. If that is possible, then you are learning a lot. And just make sure that the designer should not give you a lot of crazy animations that cannot be possible at all. Understand that limits in the front end. So for that, you have to do literally everything, research a lot, and tell the designer confidently, nope, this is not working out. This will not be possible at all, something like that. So you should be confident in that level. Yes, don't do Photoshop. Don't do Azure or prototyping. Just stick with HTML and CSS. That is the thin line.
Yes. Next thing is that it was like most asked question in the YouTube, also in the every community, is that AI will replace jobs, sir.
See, I will tell you in a clear way. There is Deepak here, there is Praveen here. Okay, Deepak is very new to everything, but he is also updated with all the contents what is happening. Praveen is extremely talented or well balanced, and he is not caring about what is happening outside. But both of them are capable of something. Okay, so you are good with new technologies. I am good with the content. So if you get a chance to just learn the basics of content from me, and if you use the AI tools in the proper way, you can replace 50 different people and take 50% salary and jobs as a single person. AI will not do anything on its own. It's not Terminator or Skynet that we are talking about.
Yes. People think that actually. People actually. Yes.
So if you understand AI, if you understand how ChatGPT works, if you understand their problems and then you become the solution, you will replace 50 people's jobs and salaries.
Thanks, Praveen. That's it for the session.
Amazing. It was a nice session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.